In the heart of rural Sichuan, where traditions run deep and family honor is sacred, a dark secret was about to shatter a household forever. What happens when those sacred bonds are broken from within? Marriage is meant to be a sanctuary of trust and respect. But what if the very people you trust most become the source of betrayal? In this close-knit community, the line between loyalty and sin would soon be blurred beyond recognition. On the morning of August 7, 1990, an unthinkable scene was discovered. A young woman was found lifeless in her bedroom, lying beside her father-in-law. The shock sent ripples through the quiet village of Kwang'an district, threatening to tear apart the very fabric of this family. To the neighbors and the community, the family was a pillar of respect and stability. No one could fathom such a betrayal could occur behind closed doors. Rumors spread like wildfire, each whisper adding fuel to an already blazing fire of suspicion and scandal. But what was the truth hidden beneath these rumors? What secrets did the walls of this house conceal? Tonight, we journey beyond hearsay to reveal the tangled web of desire, deception, and tragedy at the heart of this shocking case. As the morning sun rose over the fields, the village awoke not to peace, but to a nightmare. A family's darkest moments would soon unravel, and no one, not even the closest, would emerge unscathed. What drives a family to fracture so profoundly? Is it desire, desperation, or something even darker lurking beneath the surface? These questions linger as we peel back the layers of a tragedy few dared to imagine. This is not just a story about a death. It is a story about trust betrayed, lines crossed, and a community forced to confront uncomfortable truths about love and loyalty. As investigators prepared to enter the home and uncover what lay hidden, a question hung heavy in the air: how well can we truly know those closest to us? Join us as we unravel the truth behind this chilling morning in Kwang'an. But first, we ask you, if such a secret lay hidden in your own home, would you want to know the truth? The early morning calm of Kwang'an was shattered when the husband of the young woman, Ma Tu-ka, along with a neighbor, made a horrifying discovery. At around 6 a.m., they entered the home only to find the lifeless body of Dang Ngoc, lying beside her father-in-law, Ma Tuat, in a bedroom that concealed more than just silence. The bedroom was surprisingly orderly. The wooden furniture was neatly arranged, the room seemingly untouched by violence. Yet the gray bed sheets were crumpled, and the pillows and blankets lay in disarray, silent witnesses to the tragic events that had unfolded in the night. On a small wooden table nearby, investigators found a used condom, a small yet significant piece of evidence. There was no sign of a struggle, no overturned furniture, no broken objects, and no forced entry. The windows and doors were locked from the inside, the curtains drawn tight, concealing the night's darkest secrets. The body of Dang Ngoc lay on her back, her face pale and eyes closed as if in eternal rest. Yet the expression etched upon her features was one of pain and discomfort. Bruises and redness marked her neck, thighs, and chest, signs of intense physical contact, perhaps forced or frantic. Her husband, Ma Tu-ka, had discovered her in this state. At first, disbelief overwhelmed him. He tried to rouse her, shaking her gently, but soon the harsh reality set in: her heart had stopped beating. Panic gripped the neighbors, who quickly called the police, igniting an investigation steeped in suspicion and scandal. Forensic experts observed clear signs of recent sexual activity, redness and swelling in the genital area, with distinct bite marks and bruises on sensitive parts of the body. These details deepened the mystery. Who was the man beside her? What was the nature of their relationship? The early assessment suggested the involvement of the father-in-law, Ma Tuat, who was found lying beside her. But while he admitted to the intimate encounter, he vehemently denied any involvement in her death. The room held no visible signs of violence, yet the young woman's sudden demise was undeniable. Attention quickly turned to the possible cause of death. Initial speculation ranged from foul play to natural causes. But a puzzling clue emerged: the young woman had a history of severe allergy to latex, a material commonly found in condoms. Could this hidden vulnerability hold the key to the tragedy? As the police secured the scene, whispers ran rampant among villagers. How could such a private betrayal escalate into fatal consequences? What untold stories were locked behind the walls of that quiet home? The question lingers: when the people we trust most become the source of our deepest pain, can justice find its way through the shadows of family loyalty and silence? As the investigation deepened, forensic experts focused on uncovering the precise cause of Dang Yngoc's sudden death. What they found challenged initial assumptions: a severe allergic reaction, known medically as anaphylactic shock, triggered by contact with latex. Latex, a natural rubber commonly used in condoms, is harmless to most, but for those with latex allergies, exposure can cause rapid swelling, difficulty breathing, and if untreated, death. This rare but fatal reaction painted a new picture of what truly happened that night. Though the physical evidence confirmed the father-in-law's intimate involvement, the forensic results suggested no direct violence. Instead, the tragedy unfolded as an unintended consequence: an allergic reaction so severe it left no chance for survival. Yet, beyond the biological facts, the psychological landscape was far more complex. How does such a forbidden relationship develop and persist within a family? What drives a man and his daughter-in-law to cross boundaries that society and conscience forbid? Human desires are powerful forces, but when combined with secrecy, shame, and guilt, they can spiral into dangerous territory. The father-in-law and daughter-in-law's relationship was cloaked in silence, protected by layers of deception that slowly eroded moral and emotional boundaries. From a criminal psychology standpoint, this case reveals the tragic consequences when suppressed desires collide with familial roles, creating an environment ripe for conflict, secrecy, and ultimately, destruction. Moreover, the case highlights how ignorance or negligence, in this case, the failure to fully consider the allergic condition, can turn a taboo relationship into a fatal accident. Was it carelessness, desperation, or something more sinister? In our judgment, while the death was medically accidental, the moral and emotional culpability runs deep. The betrayal of trust within the family fractured bonds that should have been sacred, and left an indelible mark on those left behind. As we continue, consider this: can a tragedy born from secret sins and tragic mistakes ever truly be understood or forgiven? Or does it forever haunt the souls of those involved? Stay with us as we delve deeper into the family's story, revealing the hidden tensions and unspoken truths that led to this devastating outcome. Behind every tragedy lies a tapestry of human stories, complex, intertwined, and often shrouded in silence. To understand what tore apart this family, we must meet its key figures: Dang Yngok, the young bride, Ma Tuat, her father-in-law, and Ma Tuat, her husband. Dang Yngok was only 23 when the tragedy struck. A daughter-in-law who, on the surface, appeared obedient and respectful, dutifully assisting her in-laws in farm work, beloved by neighbors, and quietly fulfilling her role within the family. Her husband, Ma Tu-ka, was 25, a promising young man caught between tradition and modern aspirations. Studying and working in the city, he sought a better future, expecting his wife and father to hold the family steady while he built his career. At 50, Ma Tuat was the family patriarch, a widower who had lost his wife not long before. Widely respected in the village, his outward demeanor was that of a caring father and grandfather, but beneath this facade lurked desires and secrets that would unravel the family's harmony. Neighbors recalled no major conflicts within the household. On the surface, the family appeared united, their income from farming well above average in the community, and their social standing unchallenged. But appearances can be deceiving. The truth began to surface slowly, whispered in hushed conversations among neighbors. Suspicions of an inappropriate relationship between the father-in-law and the daughter-in-law had long circulated, though no one dared speak openly. At first, the rumors were dismissed by Ma Tu-ka, who spent much of his time away from home. But the seeds of doubt had been planted deep, eroding trust and shadowing the once peaceful home with suspicion and resentment. Interviews with the family and community painted a portrait of quiet desperation. Ngoc, caught between loyalty to her husband and her entanglement with his father, struggled with feelings of guilt and desire, locked in a secret that could not remain hidden. Ma Tuat, aware of the forbidden nature of their relationship, was torn between passion and societal norms. His attempts to conceal the affair only deepened the fissures within the family, laying the groundwork for tragedy. Meanwhile, Ma Tu-ka found himself increasingly alienated. The man he trusted most had betrayed him, and the wife he loved was entwined in a secret that shattered his world. His heartbreak morphed into quiet fury, fueling a desire for answers and justice that would consume him. This family's tragic tale reveals the devastating impact of hidden betrayals. The delicate balance of love, duty, and deception collapsed beneath the weight of forbidden passion. As we peel back these layers, consider the psychological turmoil that must have gripped each member: the father-in-law's guilt, the daughter-in-law's conflicted emotions, and the husband's profound sense of loss and betrayal. These dynamics form the hidden battlefield of the home, where unspoken fears and desires wage wars far deadlier than any outside enemy. Tonight, we will follow the threads of this fractured family, exploring the tangled relationships that set the stage for tragedy and the quest for truth. But before we move forward, ask yourself, how well can we ever truly know those we call family? The investigation took a sharp turn as the local police summoned both Ma Tuat, the father-in-law, and Ma Tu-ka, the husband, for intense questioning. Their stories were fraught with contradictions, each trying to shield secrets while under the relentless scrutiny of law enforcement. At the heart of the inquiry was a peculiar detail: the type of condom used on the fatal night. Forensic experts discovered the presence of latex, a material to which Dang Ngoc was severely allergic. This discovery shifted suspicion and raised the question of intent or negligence. Police meticulously traced the purchases of both men, questioning local vendors about their transactions. While Ma Tuat had consistently bought non-latex condoms to accommodate his daughter-in-law's allergy, evidence suggested that the fatal latex condom came from an unexpected source. Meanwhile, neighbors were interviewed for any observations of unusual behavior. Whispers of clandestine meetings, secretive exchanges, and mounting tensions within the household began to form a clearer picture for investigators. Amid this, the investigators employed a strategic ruse, they feigned belief that Ma Tuat was the sole perpetrator, hoping to provoke a confession or slip from the true culprit. This psychological tactic is a classic in criminal investigations, testing reactions under pressure. As the pressure mounted, cracks began to appear in the facade. Ma Tuat admitted to an affair with Dang Yngok but maintained innocence regarding her death, claiming ignorance of the latex allergies' fatal risks that night. Yet, inconsistencies in his account prompted the police to turn their focus toward Ma Tuat. Could the seemingly innocent son have motives deeper and darker than anyone imagined? His alibis were scrutinized, and every movement tracked. The investigation unveiled a web of emotions: jealousy, betrayal, and simmering rage. Ma Tuat's prolonged absences from home, his sudden returns, and the mysterious misplaced keys raised red flags among detectives. Through painstaking interviews and analysis, the police pieced together a chilling sequence of events, one where personal vengeance intersected with cold calculation, leading to a fatal outcome disguised as a tragic accident. The question remained: who was truly responsible for the death of Dang Yngok? Was it a careless mistake, a concealed crime, or the tragic culmination of a family's darkest secrets? The investigation reached its turning point when Ma Tuat, the husband, finally broke under the weight of mounting evidence and relentless questioning. His confession would unravel the tangled web of deceit, betrayal, and pain that had engulfed his family. In his confession, Ma Tuat revealed a secret that had haunted him for months: the affair between his father, Ma Tuat, and his wife, Dang Yngok. A relationship that destroyed his trust and left him consumed by feelings of betrayal and helpless rage. He spoke of the growing tension at home, the whispered rumors that reached his ears despite his absence, and the unbearable weight of watching the people he loved violate the sacred bonds of family. His anger, combined with deep grief over the mysterious death of his mother the previous year, fueled a plan born from despair and a desire for retribution, a plan to expose the betrayal and bring justice to his broken family. The night before Dang Yngok's death, Ma Tuat had intentionally tampered with the condoms, mixing the latex type, knowing full well his wife's severe allergy, hoping to cause a reaction that would expose the truth or punish those involved. What began as a desperate act of vengeance spiraled into tragedy, as Dang Yngok suffered a fatal anaphylactic shock, her life slipping away in the very room that should have been her sanctuary. Ma Tuat, meanwhile, had confessed to the affair but claimed ignorance of the tampering. His remorse was palpable, yet he was unable to undo the damage wrought by their secret lives and the fatal consequences. The court, after careful deliberation, sentenced Ma Tuat to 20 years in prison for indirect manslaughter, and Ma Tuat to a shorter sentence for his role in the forbidden relationship and moral corruption of the family. This verdict marked the end of a family's tragic fall from grace, a story steeped in betrayal, heartbreak, and the devastating cost of secrets left to fester. As we reflect on this case, we are reminded of the fragile threads that hold families together, and how easily they can unravel when trust is broken. Is justice served when a family destroys itself from within? Or does this tragedy reveal a deeper human frailty that no law can fully address? Stay with us as we conclude this story and explore the lessons to be learned from a tragedy that continues to echo through the corridors of this quiet Sichuan village. As this heartbreaking saga comes to a close, we are left to ponder the fragile nature of trust and the devastating consequences when it is betrayed within the walls of a family. The tragedy of Dang Yngok reminds us that beneath the surface of even the most respectable families, unseen struggles and secrets can fester, sometimes with fatal results. It calls on us to reflect on the importance of openness, communication, and compassion, pillars that, when broken, can lead to irreparable harm. In the face of such tragedy, forgiveness and healing may seem impossible, yet they remain the only path to breaking the cycle of pain and betrayal. Thank you for joining us on this journey into one of Sichuan's most shocking family tragedies, here on Crime in Review, where we bring the truth behind the headlines to light. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us uncover and share more gripping true crime stories from around the world. We invite you to leave your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. How would you respond if faced with such a betrayal in your own family? Until next time, stay safe and stay aware. This is Crime in Review. Thank you for watching.